Welcome everyone to the Goddess Temple. My name is Chris. And for today's video, what I have coming through is really this sweet little place. The sweet place where you get to truly meet yourself, to know that whatever you're choosing, whatever you're going through, whatever you're working through, there's always signs and ways that your body communicates with you. Your body tells you if you've been focusing on something that just doesn't replenish you, that doesn't give you the inspiration, the ideas, the momentum that's needed for your growth and expansion. And then there's ways that your body communicates with you when you've been over giving, overdoing, over explaining yourself, right? There's ways that your body communicates with you when you've been under so much stress with trying to figure out how you can speak to someone, how you can call them up, how you can change a certain narrative, certain direction, and to truly see if the way that you're moving is in alignment. Is the person that you're communicating with, are they actually there with you, or are they actually in their own little world dealing with their own little thing? And it's not about giving them an ultimatum of if it's, you know, good or bad, or if they should stay or go, or whatever the case is. It's not about it being black and white, but it's having the sense of humanity and having the capacity to, one, not abandon yourself, but also to know how to ask for what you need and to rebalance yourself. And the thing is, the way that we're created, the way that we're made, the systems that we have in place, everything that we've created in this world, everything has been done so it can teach us a little bit more about what we're here and what we're all about. A little bit more about how to balance ourselves, our nervous system. We've actually improved on a lot of the ways that we do things, that we used to do things. We've actually upgraded. We've even upgraded our understanding of who we are as humans, and to apply a lot of the things differently, to actually tap into this little nuanced, sensitive self that we have. This shows into where have we been so sensitive, and where have we not been able to grow, to evolve, to actually teach ourselves how to up level, how to improve and go into that next step, that next phase of our evolution on an individual scale and also on a collective scale. And the thing is, no matter what, there will always be something, someone that balances everything out, that shows and shapes life in a way that makes the most sense and that balances life out. There will always be that one thing or that one person that balances life out. And so it's important and vital for you to move through these little places, for you to meet yourself, for you to create, for you to be a self-governing force that creates this holistic experience of what it means for you to be you, what it means for you to be a part of this community, of this society, of even the varying aspects of yourself, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual bodies, to bring all of these forces together and to create this harmony within yourself. We're always on this lookout and kind of eagerness to balance and help and support each other. There is not a world where we don't live in a world that is so black and white. To a certain extent, it does, but at the same time, that comes from a place of understanding your own mental capacities and also understanding the way people work and the way people mingle and live life. Like the way our elders are built, right? Our grandparents, the way they are, the way they live, their thought processes, it's very different to the way that we think and navigate through this world. Their world, it's not that it's any less true and real and delusional and actually, what is it? That's been misguiding others in their evolutionary growth. But the thing is, we're doing that very same thing, but on a different degree, on another extreme level. And so we are learning how to rebalance ourselves. We are learning also how to be a bit more compassionate towards the way that life operated at a certain point, and to understand that it wasn't the most ideal way of running things, and we were ready for a new evolution, for a new growth, for a new perspective, and so we've been moving towards that. And so we've also been creating that very same thing within ourselves. And the best way to understand how you can impact your environment, it's also by understanding how the environment has been impacting you, and how you can acknowledge and support yourself as you continue to do this work that you're here to do, as you continue to move, as you continue to create, as you continue to do life, to live life, to create life, to move through life. You begin to learn a lot more about yourself, about what you're here for, who you're here to be, and how you're here to create really more to life, more to your being, more of you, to understanding what it's like for you to excel in life in a way that just rejuvenates not only you but also replenishes other people. It's not only about how much someone can feed into you, it's also how can you give into someone too? How can you give? But then to understand that when you are over giving, or you just don't have the capacity, that you have the capacity to actually communicate that, or you have a system put into place and you're like, I need this because this is what replenishes me, this is what gives me more power, more force, more enthusiasm, more excitement for what life is. I get to be and create in life in the way that it supports me and that it nourishes me. And guess what? I get to also show up and support and nourish the people around me, the people that I love, the people that inspire me, that also keep me in check, you know? You get to do all of that. And everything that you do, the people that you're around, the type of dynamics that you're in, the way the the type of relational conversations that you have with someone, whether it be with a little bit of friction or with softness, whatever the case is, for you to build that capacity to draw boundaries, because it helps you to understand a little bit more about you, about how you function in this world. And this world, it's challenging. Not everyone understands how they function in a world, and they're just there saying, you know what, no one's going to understand it, forget it, I'm just going to go do it and make it happen. Forget if someone else doesn't understand it, guess what, they don't need to, I'm just going to make it happen. But then there's those, it's like, I can only move forward if someone around me understands what I'm going through, what I'm dealing with, because I don't know how to help myself. I don't know what I need to make sure that I succeed and I can support myself and my family. I don't know what that is. And so it's having these conversations within yourself and knowing that you're not the only one, that you have to figure out on your own, that there are people and forces and courses, and there's so much that is getting created for all of these problems that are coming up to the surface, and inspiring people to create different systems, because there's other systems that just aren't cutting it anymore. They're not doing it anymore. They're not actually supporting us and supporting the multifaceted expressions that we have. Within one person, there's so many expressions. Someone could be putting up a certain level of a certain, what is it, character face, but then behind the scenes it looks different. It's a different type of lifestyle, a different type of experience, a different type of expression, and neither is right and wrong. It just is. It just is what it is, and you get to dive into that. You get to create, you get to be, you get to fully express all of these layers that you have, that you get to put out different layers, put out different expressions, that you have different people triggering certain emotions or ideas in you. And you're like, you get to a point eventually where you see that neither of them is right and wrong, neither of them is true or false. It's just, it is another version of you. And is that a version that you like to see? And is that a version that you want to continue to move forward? And is there something else that you want to see and experience? Is there another layer to it? So there is no right and wrong way of living your life, of doing things, of making life happen. There's nothing right and wrong about it. It's just try it, do it, be messy at it, fail, and then find your way back again. And that's what it is. That's what life is. You will always be, what is it? It's not resurrected, but it's, you will always be, I can't figure out the word. Okay, it's a word. It's something. But oh yeah, you can always repent, right? It comes down to this, and you will always be forgiven. Now it has nothing to do with these words. Like the meaning that we have around these words, it's not what it is. It's not what it seems like. And yet it has a lot of weight. There's different layers to it. It depends on what ears you're hearing it from. It also depends on the density levels that you're at. And when your needs are not being met, it becomes challenging for you to hear these other layers, these other nuances. And so, respect where you are and acknowledge that you want to learn something, and acknowledge that you're going to put in the work and the effort to get there. And at the same time, you don't have to force it, because you will be guided and shown the words, the people that will help you, to support you, and that would help you see differently, to experience your life differently, and to actually replenish you so you can continue to do what you're here to do, to create what you're here to create, to be who you're here to be. And I know I repeated that, but I'm going to repeat it again. You are here to create what you're here to be. You are exactly who you need to be where you are. And I know that this has been a story that's been told, that's been exhausted over and over and over again since time. Okay, it's a story that's been exhausted to the point that we see it in our scriptures, you know? It's these ancient books, that the oldest books that we still see, and even then those books were modified so it can satisfy certain people of power. And even in that, it's this fear of teaching everyone what power truly is. And now we're in a time and an era that story is going to change. It's on the verge of change. The understanding, the true understanding of what power is, to be empowered, to have knowledge, to have wisdom. We're going to come across this time and see on an external level that we can also be self-governing, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that just because we're self-governing that that we don't have that we're not going to need other people's help and support. Just because we're individuals and independent, it does not mean that you exist in this world, in this life, without needing, without wanting more. There is always going to be that, because it's just the way that we are and who we are as species. For being humans, we are people that drive in packs. We love to be in community. And as much as we love to be in community, we also enjoy solitude. And solitude, there is great power in solitude too. You know, whether it's you sitting down in meditation, or you going for a walk on your own, or even just plugging yourself out by putting on music and just being in your own world, even around a bunch of people, you're still in your own little world. This level of isolation, it is necessary as much as being in community is necessary. Being around people that we relate with. We as human beings understand ourselves as not only being connected to source, being one, that one consciousness, it's also understanding that for us to even acknowledge that existence, it is also that existence understanding the human body, the human soul, the human, sorry, not the human soul, but the human vessel, and how it generates power, what exists, the world that this oneness exists in, the acknowledgement that this oneness, that this body can hold oneness, that level of understanding is absolutely necessary. So all of this that this world has, that we live in, and the chaos and the mess of it, it's also a reflection of the multifaceted layers of us trying to understand us, and we create an external system that supports that, that replenishes that. And it's also the choices, it's a reflection of also the choices that we've been making, that you go from a place of I don't want this, I don't want this doesn't look like, this doesn't, sorry, this doesn't look right, and moving into a place of okay, so what do I actually want to create? I want to create a system that supports people on this level, that also supports people but on a grand multi faceted level, right? A system that supports more individuals on an emotional level where it's human relating. All of these forces are necessary. Everything serves everyone at wherever they are in their layer of consciousness. And it's absolutely necessary to move through these places. It's absolutely necessary to get to know yourself on this level. And so I highly encourage you to get to know yourself, to find yourself, to let yourself truly express and be who you're here to be. Just to meet yourself, to really, truly meet yourself. And I hope that this was something that gave you a little bit of juice, a little bit of power, a little bit of something. A little bit of something that you can take away from it. If it didn't resonate with you, then it didn't resonate with you. And that's perfectly fine too. But I wish you guys all the best, and I will speak to you soon.